Wilkinson Sword Traditional Twist Open Razor, mediocre Wilkinson Sword brush, tub of Wilkinson Sword soap that I don't really like that much. Would getting rid of you cause me significant sadness, shame, or regret? No. Would getting rid of you cause me or create a situation that I cannot easily address? No. Do you significantly simplify my life? No. Goodbye. This is the last time any of these shall be seen in my possession. So yes, I'm going to do this all Wilkinson Sword shave. And I even have a blade to use. It's my last fresh German Wilkinson Sword blade. So let me load up the razor. It's not a bad razor. I don't like it much. I can substitute for it very easily. I have more than enough razors. So that's ready. This soap, while it lathers up okay, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It works fairly well. Do I need it? No, not really. So let me just load it up. Onto the brush. Oh yes, the brush. The brush that I really don't need either. You know, I can easily do without all three of these items, right? Having them does not make my life simpler. And getting rid of them causes me no sadness, shame, or regret. So why do I have them? As a matter of fact, it would make me happier to get rid of them. Maybe even just to give them away to somebody. I mean, I would do a giveaway for these, but you know, just the shipping costs alone for these three items would be kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to give them away locally. Maybe somebody wants to get started in wet shaving. Anyway, so that brush, I mean, it's not bad to get started. Well, you know, maybe not to start with, but if you have shaved using a safe razor in the past and you want to get back into it, you kind of already know what you're doing, this is not a bad set to have, right? It does everything you need it to do. So, and it does everything, you know, if I needed to. If I was down to this stuff as my last razor, brush, and soap, then yeah, my answers to those questions would have changed, right? But right now, I don't need them. Any of them. I have other items that I like better, that work better. I don't know. It's just one of those things, right? You want to, at some point, excess complexity in your life just definitely, well, I don't know. These don't make my life that much worse, but I have a feeling that getting rid of them and probably a bunch of other stuff would make my life better. So you got to start somewhere. I'm starting with these. So anyway, it's Saturday morning. I hope you're, well, actually, for me, it's Saturday at 1 p.m. So not really morning. I have had a shower. Is this the first Saturday in September? Yeah, it is. So I hope your weekend is off to a good start, or has been going well already. It's a long weekend for us here in Canada and the US, I believe. I've been here so long, I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure it should be, I mean, it's Labor Day weekend. It's the same in both. Please don't, oh my God. If I got that wrong, please don't kill me in the comments. There are some differences. Like in the States, there's like Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Here, there's Remembrance Day. The feel of them is a little bit different, right? Oh, by the way, I haven't done a face lather in a long time. And this, I mean, you can lather this stuff in a bowl, but you know what? This soap actually works well enough. I mean, it lathers up fairly quickly. It's not a bad soap. It's just I have soaps, many other soaps that I like much better. You know, and the lather's not bad. It's just, this is a fine everyday soap. So me getting rid of it is not a sign that it's a bad product or anything. It's just among the things I already have, this is not filling a significant need. All right. That didn't need to be perfect, but I kept going anyway. So let's just start shading. So this was, like I said, I've said before, this was my first safety razor, and it was way too aggressive for me. Now it's just considered to be a medium razor. It's a decent shaver. It really is. So I don't really dislike any of these things. Just don't need them. Now this is just a little bit over 1 day of growth for me. I had a really awesome shave yesterday, which was, it was the shave where I used both the Henson Mild and the Carve Overlander, and it finished off with the Carve in what was essentially a BBS shave. So I don't have a whole lot to get rid of, but I can feel it. I think I'll just do 2 passes today. I definitely don't need 3. And actually, well, I'll feel here in a second. I might not even need 2 full passes. I mean, this is a pretty efficient razor. But keeping it just adds one more thing to my life that everything you have, everything you keep adds to the complexity of your life. That's kind of the thinking I have right now. And I know there's a simpler way to go through that whole process, right? Like I don't know if you've ever heard of Marie Kondo. She's kind of the queen of like simplifying your life. Her thing was basically, I think, just ask one, or is, I don't know, I think she's probably still doing it. Her thing is to just basically ask one question, right? Ask an item. Does having you spark joy in my life? Something like that. And if the answer is no, then you're supposed to consider, I think you're supposed to basically just like say, well, really? Should I keep it then? If it's not bringing me joy, get rid of it. I think that's a little too simplistic for me. I mean, I guess if you're really good at thinking about all the aspects of what joy means in your life, then you can fold in all of the things about, sentimental value or functional characteristics or, simplicity or complexity or all kinds of different things. But that's the way I look at it. For me, 3 questions does it, right? One is about emotions. One is about functional characteristics. And the other is about just simplicity and complexity. Like, I think if you can increase the simplicity of your life, anyway, my thoughts are more complex than what my simple mouth will allow me to express at the moment. I think you probably got the idea, though. So, you know what? I'm going to do 2 full passes here. I did dip the brush just now into some water just to make this a bit wetter because I don't need it to be really thick. But I will do a little bit of this. Hopefully this whole series of videos, I mean, they're kind of loosely connected. And it's useful for me, but I hope it's at least a little bit useful for some of you. I mean, other than just like watching somebody shave. I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody watching any of my videos for any reason. But I hope that at least for a few of you, that thinking about, simplicity and complexity in your life, even just a little bit, I don't know, is at least making you think, or I don't know, I hope you're getting something out of it. As always, my goal is for people to get something out of the videos, whether it's enjoyment or, it's more than just enjoyment. I hope it's more than just enjoyment, but it just, enjoyment alone is fine with me. I make these videos for my own reasons. You watch them for your own reasons. And even now, as I'm shaving with this razor, I've got part of my brain saying, but there's nothing wrong with this razor. You should keep it. I mean, how much energy, what does it actually mean for you to keep this razor? It's just going to sit there on the shelf if you don't use it, so why get rid of it? But that's insidious. That's like, I don't know, that kind of thinking has like plagued me my whole life with everything. It's why I have too much of everything. It's been very difficult for me. I was like, I'm not a hoarder, but I also don't easily give up things, even if I don't touch them for years. Like I can go into my stash of stuff right now, and I have various stashes, like in the garage, in the basement, in the closet of my office, in the bedroom. It's like in the hallway closet, I have various stashes of things. And I guarantee you it would only take me about 30 seconds for me to walk from this to any of those locations and immediately find something I haven't used in over 3 years. And I'm going to throw a little bit of business analyst speak in here. Excess inventory has a cost, and it's more than just storage space. And I think a big component of that extra cost is due to the, I'm going to call it complexity. You can call it number of pieces, parts in your life. And I think it's when I think about all this stuff, it's like having more stuff in my life does not necessarily make my life easier or happier. It's like, as much as I hate moving, I think the process of having to pack and everything before I move and minimize the amount of junk you're taking, I think that's a useful exercise. An exercise I haven't gone through in 20 years, over 20 years. We've been in this house. No, we've been in this house just over 20 years, right? So I really haven't been forced to do that. Last time I was really forced to do it, I mean, well, in a very significant way, was when I moved from the US to Canada. I get rid of almost everything. The only stuff I kept was the things I was able to fit in my little Toyota pickup truck. That's pretty good. I'm only going to touch up here in this area here. And using this razor this final time, it's like there's two conflicting sets of thoughts going on in my head right now. One is saying, why would you get rid of it? It's really not hurting you to keep it. But the other side of my brain is saying, yeah, it might not be hurting you a lot to keep it, but it would be helping you a lot to get rid of it. And you have other razors that are more comfortable and give closer shaves simultaneously, right? So yeah, so that shave is done. Post-shave time. So what I'm going to say about this Wilkinson Sword soap, it lathers pretty easily. It's okay in slickness, right? It's okay in protection. It's convenient though. This tub is just the right size. If, neither of these is great, but they're perfectly acceptable, I'd say. Oh, what am I doing? I want to put alum on first. I know this is not going to feel great. There are some stingy bits here. I do have a few weepers around. And what I can say about this particular razor as a medium razor, when I compare it to my Franken razor experiment, the King C Melon, I'd say the King C Melon was both more efficient and more comfortable to shave with. So, yeah, why would I even question getting rid of this? But I guess it's that part of your brain that just wants to accumulate more stuff. And it's insidious. It really is. I don't know. I think that's one of the big problems with modern life. It's just this feeling that acquiring more stuff is going to bring you more happiness. And it's not true. It's really not true. I mean, once you're, say, more than just your basic needs, but once your major needs and desires are decently satisfied or satisfied well, do you really need much more? I used to think the answer was, yeah, why not? But I'm now starting to believe that the answer is no. And actually, even when you're in that state, you should be evaluating whether you can do without some of the more optional things you have. I don't know. I think too much, probably. Oh my God, is too much thinking an example of excess inventory? Does it have a cost? Would thinking less make my life better? That's a difficult one for me. It's really difficult. A lot of my life happens inside here. I don't know, thinking less, that would be pretty difficult for me. Anyway, that is the end of the shave, almost the end of the video. If you watched this far, thank you very much. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it very much. And the 5 rules of shaving, as given to us by the Lords of Shaving, are: 1 blade, no pressure, quality lather, deft hand, be smart. This is the way. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend. Great September. Peace.